Hello and welcome to HyzerMedia's coverage of the finale of the New Jersey Doubles Championship. We're going to take a look at the lead card final back nine from Thompson Park. This tournament, of course, is run by Central Jersey Disc Golf. I'm Dave Oster, and I'm here with Rick Hansen. Rick, are you excited for this finale?
I am, with as close as they were on round one. Round two should be fantastic. Blake and Tim coming out. 5 down through round one. Nate and Brandon 7 down through round one, getting the bookend birdies that Blake and Tim weren't able to get on on the front nine here.
And they are playing clean. Let's see if that can continue on the back nine, starting with hole 10. It's a par 3, 332 feet, playing from an alternate tee pad, about 150 feet to the left of the original tee pad. A couple gaps they can choose from: forehand, straight shot, or a backhand hyzer into a valley of a green. So we'll see how these players can handle it.
Yeah, that forehand shot's touchy. You turn it over too much. Yeah, okay, there you go. You turn it over a little too much, you end up out of bounds. The hyzer shot's the safer shot, but I think the forehand shot's the easier of the two. Rough start, Blake and Tim.
So all of our players having trouble with this shot. Let's see if Blake is able to get... Yep, he hits a tree as well. He's a little bit closer to the green, but all four of these players having trouble in this hole.
Yeah, it makes it interesting, the couple of wooded shots. A couple of wooded holes that we have in here. They always seem to catch you off guard at Thompson, such a wide open course.
Yeah, used to just being able to bomb it, and then all of a sudden you have to throw some touchy shots, and it's tough to go back and forth sometimes. Players have a little bit more of an ease with their up shots, and good run, absolutely parked by Tim.
All right, Blake's going to give it a full run here then. Way up in the air.
Loses the hat, almost makes it.
Ooh.
It's a little bit short, flashing the chains.
I don't know what would have been more impressive, catching the hat or making that shot.
I would have liked to see either. Or both. That would have been great.
Yeah, right. Why settle for one? Let both of them happen there. As it looks like both guys here will both groups here will get out of here with a par.
So we move on to hole 11. Par 5, 840 feet. This is the original tee pad to the original hole. Tee shots want to have something flexing to the right, coming back. A good shot will land near this creek. A really good shot may be able to get over the creek. Second shot, you're looking up this hill, trying to find a gap between these trees. Are the left side wide or straight up to this pin on the top of the hill? Eagle, definitely possible. We had a couple eagles on the day, and we'll see if these players are able to do that again.
Oh, good kick out of the woods over there for Nate. That looked like it was dead and then kicked out and down.
Yeah, it looked like it was almost burnt into the ground and wound up getting almost halfway down to the creek, so not a bad result.
Oh, that hooks up. That's going to be the shot. There it is. Almost in the same spot. So the goal here is nice flex turnover or into the woods kick.
I would be pressed to say that would be a replicatable shot, but it works. So if you want to try for it, you can go for it.
Yeah, that one was turned over a little too much, so Blake's got to be a little careful.
Ooh, not turned enough.
Doesn't flip it up.
So this comes into the strategy of doubles, and you played in this tournament. So one of your teammate has not an ideal shot. You're trying to play it safe on your second shot. So, how would you play it a little bit differently? Obviously, he wasn't able to get it straight enough, and he went up into the woods. So how would you wind up doing that?
Yeah, so for me, I was the safe play on here because it's a pretty stock forehand just to get it out into that open area, and I did end up missing it, I believe, in round two, And my teammate, round one, after I placed it there, tried to throw roller to get down near the creek. He then turned safe, just threw a nice turnover, get us back where we were. Don't take birdie out of the equation off of one bad tee shot.
Yeah, you have 2 chances, so I think you definitely have to get the strategy in there to get it to be to your advantage.
It looks like Blake and Tim still have some work to do. Nate and Brandon here in 2, I believe. Nice soft bid. That looked good the whole way. This is to say par, right?
I believe so. We were talking about strategy, and I lost count of their throws, but I believe you're right.
I would say the same. I got lost in there. So, yep. Okay. All right. No, we can follow. We can multitask.
That's right.
Here, Dave.
Okay, great.
We got it. So, taps in the par there. On to hole 12. Hole 12, downhill, 279 feet. Usually a pretty stock hole with road OB, but for today, it had a little island on it. Just inside circle, I believe. And anything outside of the island, you had 2 shots off the tee. If you didn't make it in those 2 shots, you proceeded to a drop zone behind the basket.
Yeah, that is a unique... Oh, and a great shot by Nate.
Oh.
Absolutely parked. But I was saying it's a unique rule in that you have to have 2 attempts off the tee and then go to a drop zone. I think it's interesting, mixing it up in a doubles tournament. I like the idea of it. What do you think about that rule?
Now, I liked it. It was that all or nothing sort of, I think it's 17 at Winthrop Gold where you have to get in. So I think the 2 of limiting it here was for pace of play. Otherwise, I think this would be make it go until you make it.
Right, because a lot of the teams we saw in the first round, the best you can do if you never make the island is a 5 from the drop zone. So
Yep.
we saw a lot of teams getting bogeys, double bogeys if they don't make it.
It seems like the wind is definitely messing with Blake and Tim on this hole.
Yeah, Nate taking the first shot made it look so easy, and the rest of these players not able to do it.
Yeah, and that's the downfall. Like Nate did, you got to land just outside circle, count that skip and roll in. But now Tim and Blake going to go down to the drop zone for the putt back up the hill. And this is a circle's edge putt, maybe a little longer.
Yeah, definitely uphill. Makes it tougher. Oh, and just low.
Can Tim pick it up? The float. All right, so they're going to walk out of here with a triple. That's going to hurt them. Opens the door for anybody else out there. As Nate and Brandon pull away.
Sure does. And we will take a look at hole 13, par 4, 504 feet. Your first shot, you're just trying to get as much distance as you can. A little bit of a low ceiling to contend with. But after that, you're trying to land somewhere around here, giving yourself a look for your second shot, going over the out-of-bounds creek, forehand or backhand turnover, landing on this green, but not going too long into the out-of-bounds road behind.
Yeah, this is all about keeping it low off that tee. Just like that. A little turned over. So a little cut roll, but it's there. It's out there.
And the tournament directors were allowing players to play from either side of the tee, which is why Brandon was down in the grass, just as a grip issue, prevention thing, so.
Brandon goes off left a little bit. So it'll be interesting if they take the shorter shot from Nate, but with a better angle, or Brandon's all the way on the left.
Yeah, and that's another one of the interesting parts of doubles, because it's best shot doubles, but you get to choose which shot is your best shot. Sometimes it's not the furthest one. It can just be the better positioned one, even though it doesn't have as much distance. So we'll see what they choose.
That's the shot you're looking for. Come in soft, get a good skip right down the further fairway. Okay, so they went with Brandon's on the left-hand side, just inside circle. That looked like it was coming back. I was worried about the creek there.
Yeah, that creek is out of bounds all the way along, even once it gets to the wood.
Brandon says, I'm not going to mess with the creek. I'll just skip it under the basket.
There you go.
It's funny how sometimes you can tell the line of the disc right out of the hand. Just outside circle.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest parts about watching disc golf is I love just watching the flight of the disc. A beautiful backhand flex shot, or any disc where you're just watching it fly through the air. It's just one of the most enjoyable parts of watching it for me.
I couldn't agree more, but as a forehand dominant player, I have to say the forehand flex is my favorite shot to watch.
And I think both options are available on this hole. Par 3 at 350 feet plays a little bit more than that because of the slight uphill and low ceiling going the way the drone is flying. This creek and beyond to the left is out of bounds, and a lot of players will actually go to the right side of the clump of trees on the right as the safer play, taking the creek and out of bounds left out of play.
Yeah, I think this is the one where you let the guy who's feeling it get that first good run under the low ceiling right up. Oh, it looks like Nate's going to get it there. There you go. 15 feet.
Yep, that's it. So now Brandon can
Brandon
really
now
juice it. Yep.
Make the full run. That's going to hit the high ceiling. Oh, it made it. No. Yeah, okay. Yep.
And that's what's tough about going through that gap. You can't really get it all the way up there without contending that high ceiling. And we see Tim really contending with it. And landing
That's
out of
OB.
bounds, yeah.
Blake has all the pressure now. Oh, and he's still going right at it.
Oh, just short.
Oh, short. Throwing caution to the wind. I guess he figures they're six. Oh, that's easy for me to say right now. 6 strokes back. They might as well go for it all. Nate gonna tap it in. No. He's just not having a good day on the green.
No, very tough.
And he just can't believe it back there. And what I have noticed with Brandon is if he's that second putt, he's concentrating a little bit longer than when he's that first one. He lets it fly freer.
Yeah, definitely more pressure on you as the second putter, trying to make it in for your team.
Bogey there for Blake and Tim as we move on to hole 15. Hole 15, par 4, 534 feet downhill. One of the most common plays is to go out over the road, count on the hyzer back, and you can get a big skip, get down here within 100 or so feet. There is a tighter line right up the middle. That's not going to put you as close, and I've yet to see somebody attempt a forehand or backhand turnover line. That's the play. Skip. That's a pull. Going right up the middle.
Yeah, just a little short left side, I believe.
Now you got to keep it low to go that right side unless you're way out over the road. This is a fun hole to throw because of that downhill. You can get some good solid distance. Still left in a good position after those tree hits, though.
Tim just juices a little bit to the right.
Knowing he had a good shot up there, it seemed like he got a little too aggressive.
Yeah.
Oh, after Nate shot there, jump putting for eagle.
Yeah, they got quite a ways down there, and not a bad run either.
No. Little too overzealous there.
Brandon gave it the full run knowing they were close, but...
Yeah, there's no doubting he was making that run. Nice birdie putt by Blake. They needed that.
And they will move to 26 under. So hole 16, par 3, 246 feet. It's pretty much a straight shot with 2 mandatory trees, one on either side. You have to go in between. Otherwise, go to the drop zone right in between the trees. Most of these players should be able to make the Mando and get near the green. Let's see how this card is able to take it down.
Yeah, the green has a little hill going to the right that if you turn anything over too much, it's just going to keep drifting. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, playing back into the left to right slope is probably the better play to avoid going too far to the right of the basket.
They're flirting with that high ceiling.
They are.
Or that low ceiling here,
Yeah.
sorry. That's all right. They're left with Nate's 15-footer downhill. They should be fine.
Yeah, so they may be moving to 27 under, and we'd have to take a check to the chase card. At this point, we have another team that is closing in, giving them a bit more of a run than Blake and Tim are able to at this point. Lou Garcia and Devin Frederick are at 24 under through the 16th hole. So, with just 2 strokes to play with, we'll see where they're able to... See if Nate and Brandon are able to hold on. Just a couple holes to play.
And they are scoreable holes, too, as we see Blake tap out his birdie.
And 17 coming up definitely has the potential for a high score or a birdie. So, there's a good score separator potential coming up.
Yeah, I like that Nate and Brandon are having Nate putt here, try and build that confidence up as we move on to that hole 17 here. Hole 17 plays as an island, not only across the road, but there's another sponsor wall that's going up around, again, I believe just inside circle 2. So you got to flirt with the low ceiling, but get it high enough to get up the hill and over the wall. It's 260. I think it's playing closer to 290 because of the distance uphill.
Absolutely. And that uphill where we see the sign wall here now makes it more difficult because usually these players could hit right before where this wall is, like we
right there.
See Nate do. Normally, that's a park job. But with this layout and this sign wall here, it's an out-of-bounds stroke.
It caught me in round 2. Round 1, I just fluffed the shot. But round 2, it was looking great. I died right before the wall. Now, if that sits, that should be golden. Oh, no. Comes out of bounds.
Yeah, it's a tight circle. It definitely makes these players have to get it real close to the pin.
As we see the spotter back there wave the red OB flag. Thanks again to all the spotters and volunteers for this tournament. That looks good. Have the distance. Oh!
Short. So all 4 of these players not able to make the circle and will be heading to the drop zone to try to save their par.
Yeah, not the same as hole 12. Only 1 attempt right to the drop zone. Good bid by Nate. Brandon with the run. Oh, 2 cages. You can't get much closer to saving par. I believe we have Team Phoenix Discs represented on both front 9 with Brandon and back 9 with Tim on our coverage.
Yep, I did notice that. Some good quality players coming out of there.
Blake with the float run. Nice putt to save par.
the par.
Isn't it so disappointing when those great putts like that are par?
Yeah, you really want it to be for, of course, a birdie. But Nate and Brandon take a bogey, which brings them to 26 under. And at this point, with one hole to go, that puts them back into second place behind Devin and Lou, who are at 27. And one hole to go for both teams. We'll see if something can happen depending on what Lou and Devin are able to accomplish. Nate and Brandon pretty much have to birdie this hole if they want a chance to win this tournament.
Yeah, and this is 453, normally a par 4 here at Thompson, playing as a par 3 today, where you just got to get something through this steady gap. You can go roller. I'm not sure that was intentional or not, but usually the play is a backhand flex through the gap, let it float over as the ground disappears, hyzer back over.
We can see
and you can see the leaves blowing.
Yep, they're shorts, so the wind is ripping, so definitely playing with these players' discs. Just see Blake,
a little too low out of
burns
Blake.
It down a little bit.
That keeps turning right. That's going to be gold. There it is. It's always nice when I say this is how you have to play the hole, and then somebody plays it that way and it works.
That's right. Makes us look like we know what we're talking about.
Well, they say those who can't teach, right?
That's right.
We see Brandon burning the trees high. They're taking Nate's shot unless Brandon put it under the basket.
Pretty much.
No harm, no foul. And this upshot's a little tricky because of that slope to the right. Your shots can tend to carry on you a little bit, so you got to throw it softer than you want and not as far right as you think.
Right.
All right, come on, Nate. Big putt to close it. There it is.
Able to make the birdie. Finishing off his round. Yep, very celebratory. He knows he's been struggling, but finishes off on a high point.
It's always a good finish. Can they close it out? Come on, Blake. Can you close it out? Get to 20 under. At this point, they know they're not winning it, but close it out, get some more cash.
Taking his time on this one. And
there you
nails
go. Good
it.
run.
Nice putt by Blake.
Oh, that was to save par.
Right,
I
they
apologize.
had that upshot. But still a great putt to end on.
So there we have our card. Hole 12 definitely got Blake and Tim, got in their head a little bit. They bounced back from it, finishing 19 under. Nate and Brandon finishing 27 under with the lone blemish on the card of 17 with the bogey.
That's right, and we see Nate and Brandon did get the birdie on the last hole, but it did not matter because Devin and Lou also birdied their last hole, bringing them to 28 under from the chase card. The winner from coming from behind, starting the round, passing them, and finishing, like I said, 15 down for this round. 28. Let's see if we can get a hold of them.
Congratulations on your win. You came from the chase card to take it down. 13 strokes on the first round and then an even hotter round the second round. Can you take us through the tournament and how it went?
Yeah, so first round was just really feeling out the course and trying to make sure we understood all the OBs and where we could attack. And so we, missed a couple out there, and then we found a little trouble on hole 12. We were able to take just a bogey there. We missed the island off the first tee shot, but we played pretty clean, just maybe left ourselves a little bit out of place for opportunity, but we were pretty happy with the round, and we knew we were in it, going into round two.
Yeah, I mean, got to play with good friend Nate Krahn that first round, and kind of felt a little casual. I was having fun out there, and they were playing well too, and we were keeping up with them, pushing each other, so yeah, it was a fun round.
That's great, and this was a doubles tournament, so obviously it plays a little bit different than a normal tournament. I'm going to go through a little bit about your strategy of doing that and how you like it versus a regular singles tournament.
me and Lou kind of decided from the start we were going to keep it casual, keep it kind of ready golf, and not make thinking about who's up a priority or a mental thing out there. And yeah, whoever was feeling it just kind of went and got it, and it worked out good.
Sure.
Cool. You want to give any thanks to sponsors or anything like that? Say hi to Mom.
Hi, Mom. Yeah, I just want to thank some of the club members from Central Jersey Disc Golf stepping up to run the tournament. I want to thank my teammate here for shooting well. And yeah, thanks for everybody involved with the event, spotters and everything.
Yeah, he pretty much covered it. I want to thank Innova. I mean, I've been throwing their stuff for a while, so I'll throw that out there. But yeah, he pretty much covered it. The volunteers were great. The course looked great. And it was a lot of fun.
All right, well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Big congrats there to one of the leaders at Central Jersey Disc Golf, Lou Garcia. And a last-minute substitution for Chris Villa, who was supposed to be Lou's partner. Congrats again, Lou and Devin.
Yep, congrats to both of them, and thank you all for watching HyzerMedia's coverage of the New Jersey Doubles Championship at Thompson Park. HyzerMedia does also have a Patreon if you'd like to support us over there, if you'd like to see some exclusive content, or be part of monthly disc giveaways. We also have much more going on over there, so if you'd like to check that out, the link is in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe to HyzerMedia's YouTube channel. Other than that, I am Dave Oster for Rick Hansen. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next hole.